Deep within the unforgiving wilderness of Russia, where ancient forests whisper secrets and shadows dance with the unknown, lies a mountain shrouded in legend. Vottovaara, a place where the laws of nature seem to bend and the boundaries between the real and the supernatural blur. Here, trees twist in silent agony, their forms defying logic and reason. An unsettling silence hangs heavy in the air, broken only by the wind whistling through the skeletal branches. Life, as we know it, seems to have abandoned this place. Locals call it Death Mountain. Scattered across this desolate landscape are thousands of ancient stones, the remnants of a forgotten past. Were they placed by human hands or by forces beyond our comprehension? What secrets do they hold? Ruins emerge from the undergrowth, hinting at a lost civilization, a culture that vanished into the mists of time. Who were these people? What knowledge did they possess, and why did they disappear? On the shores of a nearby lake, ancient rock carvings whisper tales of a time before history. Strange figures and symbols, etched into the very fabric of the mountain, offer tantalizing clues to a forgotten world. Is Vottovaara a window into a lost civilization, a place where the veil between worlds is thin? Or is it merely a natural anomaly, a testament to the power of human imagination? Join us as we journey to find out.
In the remote wilderness of Russia's Karelia Republic lies Vottovaara, a mountain enveloped in legend and mystery. Locals whisper of its otherworldly energy, a place where trees twist unnaturally and ancient stones defy understanding. This rugged landscape, once part of ancient Finland, has been revered for millennia by the Sami tribes and shamans, ancestors of modern Finns. They believed Vottovaara held special spiritual power, and today it continues to draw those curious enough to unravel its unexplained phenomena. As one ascends Vottovaara, the mountain's strangeness becomes increasingly apparent. The journey begins through dense pine and fir forests, but soon the trees start to twist and contort in unnatural ways. Trunks spiral as if caught in a slow-motion dance, and branches curve downward, forming eerie shapes that challenge logic. At the summit, no tree is older than a few decades, suggesting an unseen force periodically resets the forest's life cycle, leaving a landscape frozen in endless renewal. The unsettling atmosphere is heightened by an almost supernatural silence. No birds call, no creatures scurry, and the lakes dotting the slopes are devoid of fish. This absence of life, combined with the twisted trees and desolate atmosphere, has led locals to nickname it Death Mountain. Yet, despite its eerie reputation, Vottovaara attracts explorers, spiritual seekers, and curious minds alike. Adding to the enigma are about 1,600 massive stones known as sides, arranged across the terrain in deliberate formations. Sacred to the Sami, these stones were believed to represent spirits of nature or earth guardians. Balanced delicately on smaller rocks, they appear to float just above the ground, their massive weight seemingly defying gravity. While some scientists attribute their positions to glacial movements during the Ice Age, the precise balancing of so many stones challenges this explanation. What are the odds that 1,600 stones would rest so perfectly in such precarious positions? If these stones were placed by human hands, it raises questions about how ancient people achieved such feats. The delicate balance suggests they were placed with great care, ensuring the smaller supporting rocks weren't crushed. Could an ancient civilization have possessed advanced knowledge or tools beyond our understanding? And if so, what purpose did these seds serve? Were they markers, altars, or part of a complex spiritual map laid across the mountain? One of the most intriguing features is a formation known as the Well. Locals speculate that this stone structure is an ancient man-made reservoir, with blocks cut into rectangular shapes too precise for natural erosion. Despite centuries of weathering that have cracked and deformed the stones, remnants of precise interlockings remain, hinting at human craftsmanship. Similar structures exist elsewhere in Europe, such as the carved tank at Bulgaria's Perperikon sanctuary, which channels water through intricate grooves, surviving thousands of years. Might the Vottovaara well share a connection with such sites, hinting at a broader lost knowledge that spanned ancient Europe? If so, how did ancient builders across vast distances and time share similar techniques? Scattered among the megaliths are other enigmatic artifacts, smooth oval stone spheres often resting on natural pedestals. Their surfaces, worn but clearly crafted, resemble finds near the Bosnian Pyramid and in Costa Rica, where over 300 such spheres have been uncovered. Their purpose remains unknown. Were they used in ancient rituals? Symbols of lost knowledge connecting distant peoples? Or merely artistic expressions lost to time? The similarities between these objects across far-flung sites suggest connections modern science has yet to explain, leaving a tantalizing mystery. Beyond the seeds, spheres, and well, Vottovaara reveals more structures that challenge natural explanations. One appears to be the remains of ancient stairs, partially buried in the rugged terrain. The stones forming these steps are squared and smoothed, fitting together with precision that seems artificial, like a staircase leading nowhere, perhaps once part of a larger, lost complex. While some scientists suggest natural geological formations, visitors often leave with the impression that the mountain holds secrets, defying easy explanations. Another curious ruin resembles a prehistoric wall composed of large, squared stone blocks fitting together with uncanny precision. Though weathered by time, the blocks retain traces of their original smoothness, hinting at sophisticated craftsmanship. Is it possible that this wall, like other structures on Vottovaara, was built by a civilization that has vanished, taking its knowledge and techniques into history's mists? The mysteries extend beyond physical structures. On the eastern bank of Lake Onega, Europe's second largest lake, lies ancient rock art known as the Onega petroglyphs. Carved into granite cliffs rising from the lake, these 1,200 carvings are estimated to be 5,000 to 6,000 years old. Remarkably, they use light and shadow to transform the cliffs into a prehistoric canvas that shifts with the setting sun. During the day, the carvings are nearly invisible, blending into the rocky surface. But as the sun descends, the granite turns a deep red, and the images emerge in stark relief, illuminated in a stunning natural display. It's as if the ancient artists intentionally chose this location to bring their visions to life using nature's light. The imagery of the Onega petroglyphs is as mysterious as Vottovaara itself. Unlike familiar motifs of Eurasian rock art, these carvings predominantly feature waterbirds, especially swans, etched with precision that suggests deep reverence. The most striking figure is a human-like creature with a rectangular body and an oversized square head, over 2.5 meters long. Carved into a rock overlooking Lake Onega, its placement suggests it was seen as a spiritual gateway to the netherworld by the Neolithic people. Centuries later, Christian monks defaced the figure, carving a 7-pointed Orthodox cross over it, believing it to be a symbol of the devil. Their actions were part of efforts to suppress what they saw as pagan beliefs, leaving a legacy of conflict and cultural erasure. Yet, despite attempts to suppress the mountain's spiritual legacy, Vottovaara's allure endures. Today, many visitors journey to this remote region, drawn by its palpable energy. They come to meditate among the ancient stones, hoping to connect with the spirits said to inhabit this mystical place. Walking among twisted trees, enigmatic formations and ancient carvings, they ponder, is Vottovaara a relic of a lost civilization where ancient knowledge intersects with unexplained natural forces? Or is it simply a natural anomaly, its reputation shaped by centuries of human imagination and wonder? If you liked this video, then you're going to love our next adventure, Gornaya Shoria megaliths. Journey to the remote mountains of Siberia and witness astonishing ancient ruins composed of immense granite blocks. Some weigh an estimated 3,000 tons, making them potentially the largest megalithic stones ever discovered. Explore the mysteries of these enigmatic structures and uncover their possible origins. Could they be evidence of prehistoric construction or lost civilizations? Watch now to uncover the secrets of Gornaya Shoria and discover if these megaliths could rewrite history.
Siberia, a land of unforgiving wilderness where secrets lie frozen beneath layers of snow and ice. But in 2013, a discovery thawed out a mystery that could shatter the foundations of human history. Deep within the Shoria Mountains, explorers stumbled upon a site that defied logic. Gigantic stone blocks, some weighing more than 3,000 tons, assembled with an impossible precision. Walls that dwarfed the pyramids of Egypt, a construction so monumental it whispered of a civilization far older and far more advanced than we ever imagined. But how could such colossal structures be built in this remote and hostile land? Who were these master builders, and what cataclysmic event could have led to their disappearance, leaving behind these enigmatic stones as a haunting monument to their existence, a silent echo of a civilization lost to time? Join us as we delve into the mystery of the Gornaya Shoria megaliths, a journey into the heart of Siberia.
In 2013, deep in the Shoria Mountains of southern Siberia, explorers stumbled upon a site that defied explanation. Massive stone blocks, some over 3,000 tons, arranged in formations that suggested human design. This was the beginning of the mystery of the Gornaya Shoria megaliths, a discovery that could challenge everything we know about ancient history. The expedition, led by Georgy Sidorov, ventured into a region that had remained hidden during the Soviet era. Rising 3,600 feet above sea level, the Gornaya Shoria site held enormous stone structures, stacked with surprising precision. Upon arrival, the team encountered granite blocks with flat surfaces and sharp angles, some towering over 140 feet high, forming what appeared to be a colossal wall stretching over 700 feet. Each block measured around 65 feet in length and stood between 16 to 23 feet tall, dimensions that dwarfed Stonehenge and the pyramids of Egypt. But one question remained: how could such immense stones have been carved, moved, and placed in this remote landscape? Sidorov's notes speculated that the site might date back 100,000 years, pushing the timeline of human construction into uncharted territory. This hypothesis remains speculative, but if accurate, it suggests an advanced civilization that vanished, leaving only these stones behind. The Gornaya Shoria megaliths resemble other ancient structures, like the Baalbek stones in Lebanon or the Sacsayhuaman walls in Peru, sites that have puzzled archaeologists for decades. Yet Gornaya Shoria stands apart due to the immense size of its stones and its remote location, suggesting a level of engineering far beyond what ancient humans are believed to have achieved. Adding to the mystery were circular holes and signs of melting on some stones, as if exposed to intense heat. Sidorov speculated about ancient rock fusion techniques, or even a thermonuclear event, ideas that remain controversial. What could cause such damage? Was it a natural disaster or some unknown ancient technology? Or, as some suggest, Could it be the aftermath of a cataclysmic event that destroyed whatever once stood here? The mystery deepened when the researchers' compasses malfunctioned near the stones. Sidorov suggested a negative geomagnetic field, possibly a remnant of an ancient energy source. Similar geomagnetic disturbances have been seen at other ancient sites, prompting theories that ancient people understood how to harness natural forces in ways we have yet to rediscover. But the harsh Siberian climate cut the expedition short, forcing the researchers to leave before they could find definitive answers. Yet, the clues they gathered hint at a mystery that could rewrite our understanding of ancient civilizations. If these megaliths were built by humans, they suggest a forgotten chapter of history, one with skills and knowledge beyond what we have recorded. If humans built these structures, how did they survive in such a harsh environment? And why settle in the Shoria Mountains, where winters bring deadly cold? During the last ice age, around 20,000 years ago, much of the northern hemisphere was buried under ice. Yet Siberia's mammoth steppe, a cold grassland, offered refuge. Woolly mammoths and other large animals roamed, providing resources for survival. Evidence shows that humans adapted to this land. Stone tools, ivory weapons, and the remains of hunters have been found, suggesting that people thrived here earlier than previously thought, some dating back 30,000 years, nearly twice as old as the earliest known human sites in the Americas. Could the builders of Gornaya Shoria have found a haven in this challenging environment? Gornaya Shoria invites comparisons to other mysterious sites, like Baalbek's 1,000-ton stone blocks or the precisely fitted walls of Sacsayhuaman in the Andes. These places share a common question. How did ancient peoples move and shape such massive stones without modern technology? Unlike those sites, Gornaya Shoria is far from known trade routes or civilizations, adding to the puzzle. Could similar knowledge have spread across ancient cultures, even separated by vast distances? Such theories have led to speculation about a pre-flood civilization, a society that may have existed before a cataclysm reshaped the Earth. Stories of lost civilizations, from Plato's Atlantis to the Great Flood, align with this idea. Could the Shoria megaliths be remnants of a society that thrived long before recorded history, only to be wiped away by disaster? The massive stones and their precise arrangement suggest the work of ancient builders, perhaps echoing their knowledge through similar sites around the world. Despite these theories, official research has been limited. Russian authorities classify the site as a natural formation, suggesting geological processes shaped the blocks. But without thorough archaeological investigation, this conclusion remains uncertain. Observers note the sharp angles and regular arrangement, making a natural explanation seem less likely. Could wind and water alone shape such structures, or do they reveal the mark of ancient craftsmanship? A link between Gornaya Shoria's stones and other megalithic sites, like the underwater ruins off Japan or the terraces of Pumapunku in Bolivia. The scale and precision of these sites hint that ancient builders might have shared architectural knowledge despite being separated by oceans. Could an ancient network have connected these cultures, leaving behind a global puzzle? Beyond the academic debate, Gornaya Shoria inspires more speculative ideas. What if these stones were not just the remnants of an ancient civilization, but designed with a purpose we don't yet understand? Could they have functioned as an energy center, tapping into geomagnetic forces? Some theorists point to the circular holes and signs of melting as evidence of ancient technology, perhaps a form of energy manipulation or a defensive mechanism that led to the site's destruction. These theories remain controversial but echo ancient legends, stories of cities destroyed by fire from the sky, of civilizations lost in sudden cataclysms. Tales like the sinking of Atlantis or the fall of Sodom and Gomorrah resonate with the stones of Gornaya Shoria. Could these myths hold a hidden truth about the structures beneath the Siberian wilderness? For now, the Gornaya Shoria megaliths remain an enigma, caught between myth and reality, nature and human design. Until more research is done, the truth remains buried in Siberia's frozen landscape. But if these megaliths were crafted by human hands, they could reshape our understanding of ancient history, challenging our beliefs about early human capabilities. As the sun sets over the Shoria Mountains, the megaliths stand as a silent mystery, questioning everything we know about human ingenuity. Are they remnants of a lost civilization or the result of nature's forces? Until more evidence emerges, Gornaya Shoria continues to invite speculation and wonder.
The Caucasus Mountains, a fortress of stone and ice, harboring secrets older than recorded history. Legends speak of lost civilizations and cities swallowed by the earth. In 2011, one man stumbled upon the truth behind the myths. He descended into the abyss, uncovering a mystery that would cost him his life. Nazi conspiracies, unexplained deaths, and a secret that could rewrite our understanding of the past. Khara-Khore is a monument to human ingenuity and a reminder that even in the most remote places, the echoes of ancient civilizations can still be heard. And the truth remains buried in darkness.
In the remote wilderness of the North Caucasus, nestled within the Kabardino-Balkaria Republic, lies a rugged and untouched landscape. Towering mountains and vast, desolate stretches of wilderness guard the secrets of this isolated region. Few dare to venture here, but in 2011, Russian speleologist Arthur Zhemukov uncovered something that would challenge our understanding of ancient history. While exploring the peak of Khara-Khore mountain, Zhemukov stumbled upon what appeared to be a simple vertical fissure in the earth. However, as he and his team descended, they realized this was no ordinary cave. The walls were lined with geometrically precise stone slabs, arranged so perfectly that it became clear this was the work of human hands. The shaft, which initially appeared natural, revealed itself to be a man-made structure. Driven by curiosity, the team continued their descent. The polished stone walls plunged 130 feet before opening into a vast underground hall, standing an imposing 36 meters high. The shaft itself extended over 350 feet, constructed from massive megalithic blocks that fit together with near-perfect precision. The blocks formed right angles, leaving minimal gaps between them. Such craftsmanship raised serious questions. Who could have built such a structure, and how did they achieve such accuracy? Within the hall, Zhemukov's team found stone blocks resembling columns, arranged with such care that the site appeared to have been constructed for a specific purpose. The polished walls bore an uncanny resemblance to the Grand Gallery of the Pyramid of Khufu in Egypt. As they explored further, the passageways narrowed, some becoming too tight for even a child to pass through. Although they could not fully explore the structure, the evidence pointed to a single conclusion. This was no natural cave. It was a man-made structure of astonishing complexity. The scale and precision of the megalithic blocks raised profound questions. Some of the stones weighed over 200 tons, yet they had been fitted together with minimal gaps, much like other ancient wonders. What kind of technology could have enabled such an ancient civilization to construct such a monumental structure? As word of the discovery spread, it attracted the attention of other researchers. Vadim Chernobrov, head of Cosmopoisk, a Russian organization studying anomalies, joined Zhemukov on further expeditions. Using precise measurements, Chernobrov mapped the explored sections and produced a 3D model comparing the shaft to a Soviet space rocket. His findings emphasized the artificial design of the structure. Despite the overwhelming evidence that the Khara-Khore shaft was man-made, its purpose remained a mystery. Chernobrov speculated that it might have had a technological function, possibly serving as part of a larger machine or seismological research facility. The narrow passageways suggested the structure was not designed for habitation, but for a more obscure purpose. Other researchers put forward bolder theories, suggesting that the shaft might be part of a long-lost pyramid buried beneath the mountain. Climbers exploring the region noted that there was constant airflow within the shaft, possibly indicating it once functioned as a ventilation system for a more extensive underground complex. Regardless of differing opinions, one thing became clear. The Khara-Khore shaft was not a natural formation. As Zhemukov continued his research, he began to uncover links between the Khara-Khore shaft and ancient legends passed down through generations in the North Caucasus. Myths of vast underground cities, built by forgotten civilizations, seemed eerily consistent with the structure's megalithic construction and geometric precision. The evidence suggested these legends might be rooted in fact. One particularly chilling connection tied the Khara-Khore shaft to World War II. During the war, Germany launched Operation Edelweiss, an attempt to seize the oil-rich Caucasus region. For some leaders, however, the region held more than just strategic value. Heinrich Himmler, head of the SS, had a deep fascination with the occult and believed the Caucasus might hold clues to the origins of the Aryan race. Himmler's organization, the Ahnenerbe, scoured the world for ancient knowledge. Their interest in the Caucasus region, known for its legends of underground cities, was no coincidence. Zhemukov's research revealed that German soldiers had come dangerously close to discovering the Khara-Khore shaft during their occupation of the area. Near the entrance, they carved a swastika, a mark that suggested German researchers were on the hunt for ancient Aryan cities. Even more astonishing was the discovery of an ancient swastika near the same site, far older than when the German army first existed. Could it have been left by the civilization that built the shaft? Zhemukov believed that the Khara-Khore shaft wasn't an isolated site. He speculated that it was part of a larger network of ancient structures, remnants of a forgotten civilization hidden deep within the Caucasus Mountains. However, just as he prepared to deepen his research, tragedy struck. In 2015, after making what he described as a significant new discovery, Zhemukov died in a car accident under mysterious circumstances. His sudden death shocked the research community, and some suspected it was no mere accident. Several other researchers connected to the Khara-Khore shaft had also died under suspicious circumstances. Vadim Chernobrov, who had worked closely with Zhemukov on many expeditions, passed away from cancer just 2 years later. Others involved in the research also met untimely deaths, adding to the air of mystery and danger surrounding the Khara-Khore shaft. In the years following these tragedies, exploration of the shaft came to a halt. For a time, it seemed as though the mysteries of the Khara-Khore shaft would remain buried. However, in 2017 and 2018, a man named Alexander Sploshnov ventured into the region, capturing a series of photographs that reignited interest in the site. His photos, uploaded to social media, confirmed what Zhemukov and Chernobrov had long suspected. The Khara-Khore shaft was not a natural formation. Sploshnov's images revealed massive stone blocks, cut with remarkable precision, as well as what appeared to be machine marks, hinting at advanced technology. Other photos showed stone formations buried beneath the soil, suggesting that the area had once been a major construction site. Despite these tantalizing discoveries, no new expeditions have been launched. The shadow cast by the deaths of those connected to the site, combined with its remote and inhospitable location, has kept the mysteries of the Khara-Khore shaft locked away. To this day, the origin and purpose of the shaft remain unsolved. Was it part of an ancient, advanced civilization, or did it serve a purpose we have yet to understand? If proven to be man-made, the Khara-Khore shaft would rank among the largest and most sophisticated megalithic sites on Earth, rivaling the pyramids of Egypt. Yet for now, its secrets remain hidden, waiting for a new generation of explorers brave enough to uncover them.
And then let's go to Sacsayhuaman in the Sacred Valley near the town of Cusco in Peru, in the high Andes. Incredible megaliths there, which archaeology gives entirely to the Incas, even though the Incas themselves recognized and honored the work of predecessors.
Machu Picchu, often called the Lost City of the Incas, is a 15th century Incan citadel nestled in the Andes Mountains of Peru, sitting approximately 2,430 meters above sea level. Perched on a mountain ridge above the Sacred Valley, it lies 80 kilometers northwest of Cusco, the capital of the Inca Empire. Rediscovered by American explorer Hiram Bingham in 1911, Machu Picchu has since become one of the world's most iconic and significant archaeological sites. This article delves into its history, rediscovery, architecture, and the numerous intriguing artifacts and features found there. Machu Picchu was constructed around 1450 during the reign of the Inca Emperor Pachacuti. It was abandoned less than a century later during the Spanish conquest and remained largely unknown to the outside world until the early 20th century. Unlike other Incan sites, it was not discovered and plundered by the Spanish, which left its structures relatively intact. The exact purpose of Machu Picchu remains a subject of debate among historians and archaeologists. It is thought to have been a royal estate, a religious site, or a combination of both, serving as a retreat for Incan nobility and a ceremonial center. Hiram Bingham, a historian and explorer from Yale University, is credited with bringing Machu Picchu to international attention. In July 1911, guided by local farmers, Bingham reached the overgrown ruins and recognized their historical significance. Bingham's subsequent expeditions in 1912 and 1915, sponsored by Yale University and the National Geographic Society, led to extensive excavation and documentation of the site. Bingham's work at Machu Picchu sparked global interest in Incan culture and the study of ancient civilizations in the Andes. Machu Picchu is renowned for its sophisticated dry stone construction, which involves precisely cut stones fitting together without mortar. This technique, known as ashlar masonry, has withstood centuries of weathering and seismic activity, showcasing the Incas' advanced engineering skills. The site covers approximately 80,000 acres and is divided into two main sectors, the agricultural sector and the urban sector. Machu Picchu's agricultural sector is a marvel of ancient engineering, featuring a series of terraces that were ingeniously used for farming. These terraces not only helped prevent soil erosion, but also maximized the arable land area, allowing the cultivation of various crops such as maize, potatoes, and quinoa. The design of these terraces shows a deep understanding of the landscape and an ability to transform the rugged mountain terrain into productive farmland. To support these terraces, the Inca developed an intricate system of aqueducts and channels for irrigation. This sophisticated water management system ensured that the crops received adequate water, even in the challenging environment of the Andes. The aqueducts and channels demonstrate the Incas' advanced engineering skills and their ability to harness and control natural resources effectively. This impressive irrigation system played a crucial role in the success of agriculture at Machu Picchu, supporting the community that lived there. The urban sector of Machu Picchu is a marvel of Incan architecture and engineering, showcasing their advanced techniques in stone masonry and construction. This area includes some of the most significant and well-preserved structures that reveal much about Incan society, religion, and astronomical knowledge. One of the most notable artifacts is the Intihuatana stone, often referred to as the hitching post of the sun. This carved granite rock used for astronomical observations and ceremonies is precisely aligned with the sun's position during the winter solstice, marking important calendar events. The Intihuatana is carved from a single block of granite weighing several tons, approximately 2 meters high and 1.5 meters wide. The granite was likely quarried from the same mountain ridge or nearby quarries, and the Incas used a combination of manual labor, wooden rollers, sledges, and lever systems to transport and position such large stones. The Temple of the Sun is another key structure in Machu Picchu. This semicircular temple is built around a natural rock formation and features windows that align with the sun during solstices, reflecting the Incas' astronomical knowledge and religious practices. The stones used in the Temple of the Sun are finely cut and polished granite blocks, with some weighing up to 20 tons. These stones were sourced from quarries in the surrounding region, likely from the Vilcabamba River area. Human labor, ropes and wooden beams as rollers were used to transport these massive blocks over the steep terrain, requiring sophisticated engineering techniques. Located in the sacred plaza, the Room of the Three Windows features 3 large trapezoidal windows offering panoramic views of the mountains and the valley. Believed to serve a ceremonial purpose, this structure symbolizes the Incas' connection with their environment. The Room of the Three Windows is constructed with large granite blocks, each weighing several tons. The precise alignment and smooth surfaces of these stones highlight the Incas' advanced masonry skills. The stones were quarried from nearby sources and transported using traditional Incan methods, including sledges, rollers, and coordinated labor forces. The trapezoidal shape of the windows also suggests advanced knowledge of structural stability. An impressive structure within the sacred plaza is the main temple, characterized by its finely cut stones and precise construction. It was likely a central place for religious ceremonies and significant events. The main temple consists of large, intricately cut granite blocks, some weighing up to 50 tons. These stones are fitted together without mortar, a technique known as ashlar masonry. The granite blocks were quarried locally and transported using a combination of human labor, ropes, and wooden rollers. The precise cutting and fitting of these stones demonstrate the Incas' exceptional craftsmanship and engineering knowledge. Below the Temple of the Sun lies the Royal Tomb, a cave-like structure thought to be a mausoleum for Incan nobility. It features elaborate stone carvings and niches for offerings, indicating its importance. The tomb is carved from natural rock and supplemented with additional granite blocks. The stones used in the tomb and the surrounding structures are smaller than those in the main temples, but are still substantial, weighing several hundred kilograms to a few tons. Stones for the royal tomb were likely sourced from the same local quarries. Transport methods included manual labor and the use of simple machines like levers and rollers to move and position the stones within the tomb's complex. The stones used in Machu Picchu's construction were primarily quarried from the same mountain ridge or nearby sources. The exact techniques employed by the Incas to quarry, transport, and position these massive stones involve a combination of human ingenuity and physical labor. Stones were extracted using simple tools made of harder stones, bronze, and wood. The Incas would create fractures in the rock by heating it with fire and then cooling it rapidly with water, causing it to crack and making it easier to split. Moving these large stones involved a coordinated effort of laborers using ropes, wooden rollers, sledges, and inclined planes. The steep and rugged terrain of Machu Picchu required innovative methods to maneuver the stones, including the use of gravity and leverage. Once at the site, stones were precisely cut and fitted together using ashlar masonry techniques, involving polishing and shaping the stones to fit perfectly without the use of mortar, ensuring structural stability and resistance to earthquakes. Machu Picchu continues to be a focal point of archaeological study and preservation efforts. Its designation as a UNESCO World Heritage Site has helped protect it from the impacts of tourism and environmental degradation. Ongoing research and conservation work aim to preserve its historical integrity and ensure that future generations can appreciate this marvel of Incan engineering and culture. Bingham's excavations and subsequent archaeological work at Machu Picchu have uncovered a wealth of artifacts and structures that provide fascinating insights into Incan society, religion, and daily life. One of the most significant discoveries has been the skeletal remains found at the site. These remains have been analyzed to understand the health, diet, and demographics of Machu Picchu's inhabitants. Interestingly, many of the remains belong to women, suggesting that the site may have housed a significant number of female attendants or priestesses. Various ceramic vessels and pottery shards have also been found throughout Machu Picchu. These artifacts often feature intricate designs and motifs, reflecting the Incas' artistic skills and cultural practices. The ceramics not only served practical purposes, but also held ceremonial significance, indicating the high level of craftsmanship among Incan artisans. Metalwork is another area where the Inca excelled, and tools, ornaments, and ceremonial items made from bronze, copper, and silver have been discovered at Machu Picchu. These items highlight the Incas' metallurgical expertise, and their ability to create both functional tools and decorative objects. The metalwork found at the site underscores the Incas' technological advancements and their appreciation for fine craftsmanship. Textiles were highly valued in Incan society, and fragments of finely woven textiles have been uncovered at Machu Picchu. These textiles showcase the advanced techniques and vibrant dyes used by the Inca. The intricate designs and high quality of the textiles often served as indicators of status and wealth, illustrating the social importance of textile production in Incan culture. One of the most intriguing discoveries at Machu Picchu is the quipu, the Incan system of record-keeping using knotted strings. A few examples of quipu have been found at the site, providing valuable information about the administrative and economic activities of the Inca. The quipu system was a sophisticated method of data storage and communication, reflecting the complex organizational structure of the Incan Empire. These discoveries at Machu Picchu have significantly contributed to our understanding of the Inca civilization, revealing a society with advanced knowledge in various fields, from engineering and architecture to art and administration. The artifacts and remains found at the site continue to shed light on the daily lives and spiritual practices of the Incan people, making Machu Picchu an invaluable window into their world.
For a long time, it was held that the Neanderthals were stupid.
Waiting just beneath the surface to be discovered. But it wasn't until 2008 that the cave truly stepped into the spotlight, thanks to the discovery of a small finger bone.
In Russia, in Denisova cave, they find a single pinky bone from a little finger. And what they discover is, this isn't a Neanderthal, this isn't an anatomically modern human being, this is another human species.
This wasn't just any bone, it belonged to the Denisovans, an ancient group of hominins previously unknown to science. Suddenly, the world was paying attention, eager to learn more about these mysterious inhabitants. The cave, with its rich layers of history buried within, revealed that it had been a bustling crossroads for different groups over tens of thousands of years. What's particularly intriguing about the Denisova cave is not just its archaeological wealth, but also its location. Nestled in a remote part of the Altai Mountains, reaching it is no small feat. The harsh climatic conditions add an extra layer of challenge for those daring enough to explore its secrets. Yet it's precisely these obstacles that make the cave so alluring to researchers from across the globe. Every expedition brings us closer to understanding not just the Denisovans, but the broader narrative of human history. Imagine stumbling upon a piece of the puzzle that is human history, hidden away in the depths of Siberia's Denisova cave. The Denisovans are a bit of a mystery, genetically distinct from both modern humans and Neanderthals. Their DNA tells us they branched off from Neanderthals around 400,000 years ago, enriching the narrative of the Pleistocene era's human saga. But when it comes to what they looked like, we're mostly in the dark. Our clues? just a finger bone, a few teeth, and a piece of skull. Though these fragments are robust, they hint at Denisovans being well equipped for surviving the tough Pleistocene Asia. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The Denisovans didn't just keep to themselves, they left a mark on us modern humans. Certain groups today, especially in Asia and Oceania, carry Denisovan DNA. For instance, the indigenous people of Melanesia, including Papua New Guineans, have about 5% of their DNA from Denisovans. This reveals a history of ancient interbreeding that is more complex and common than we ever imagined.
Anatomically modern humans interbred with Neanderthals. You can't interbreed with another species. They clearly were human beings.
Denisovans mixed not just with modern humans, but also Neanderthals and possibly another yet unidentified ancient human group. But what about their way of life? The Denisova cave has given us a glimpse, yielding sophisticated tools, a bone needle, and even jewelry. These finds suggest a culture and level of sophistication that challenges our understanding of archaic humans. Their discovery of the Denisovans has been a game-changer in evolutionary biology, painting a picture of our past that's far more intricate than previously thought. It's not just about who we are, but who we're connected to, revealing a web of interactions among ancient human species across Eurasia. Yet, for all we've learned, the Denisovans remain shrouded in mystery. With each fossil fragment and DNA sequence, scientists are slowly piecing together the jigsaw of our ancient past. The Denisovan genome in particular continues to be a treasure trove of information, promising to unlock even more secrets as research progresses. This story is far from over. It's an ongoing journey of discovery into who we are and where we come from. Siberia's Yakutia region, known for its jaw-dropping temperature extremes, is home to a place as intriguing as its ominous name suggests, the Valley of Death. Tucked away in the northeastern part of Siberia, in the Sakha Republic, this valley is not just a testament to nature's extremes, but also a canvas for mysteries that boggle the mind. What sets this valley apart are the curious metallic structures scattered across its landscape. Picture this: dome-like formations and metal objects, some peeking out of the earth as if partially buried treasures, all wrapped in a mystery. Are they ancient artifacts, remnants of meteorite impacts, or something else? The truth is, we're still scratching our heads trying to figure it out. Getting to the Valley of Death is an adventure in itself. It's remote, wildly inhospitable, and the weather swings from scorching summers to winters that would give even the hardiest explorer pause. This makes studying those mysterious structures all the more challenging. Local folklore adds layers of intrigue to the valley. The Yakut people have tales that could make your hair stand on end, associating the valley and its metallic mysteries with danger and otherworldly energies. According to legend, these structures could wield unknown powers, causing illness or worse to those who dare too close. While these stories add to the valley's mystique, they remain unverified whispers of the past. Scientists, on their part, have theories that could explain the existence of these structures. Some suggest they might be the aftermath of meteorite impacts, pointing to Siberia's history with celestial events like the famous Tunguska explosion. Others speculate they could be the work of ancient humans or a civilization lost to time, leaving behind these puzzling artifacts. But here's the rub. Actually exploring this area is incredibly tough. The extreme climate, the area's seclusion, and the sheer lack of infrastructure make sustained research difficult. This scarcity of empirical data means much about the Valley of Death remains a tantalizing mystery. This shroud of mystery isn't just a magnet for scientists. Historians, paranormal enthusiasts, and even adventurous tourists are drawn to its secrets. The allure of uncovering more about Siberia's ancient past and its uncharted territories is irresistible. As technology and exploration methods improve, who knows what secrets we'll unearth from the Valley of Death? Until then, it remains one of Siberia's most captivating enigmas, a place where history, legend, and science converge in the most mysterious of dances. Let's dive into one of Siberia's most mind-boggling mysteries, the Tunguska event of 1908. Imagine a blast so powerful it flattens 80 million trees over an area of 2,150 square kilometers. That's exactly what happened near the Podkamenaya Tunguska River in central Siberia on June 30, 1908. This wasn't just any old explosion, it was roughly 1,000 times mightier than the Hiroshima atomic bomb. The shockwaves from this colossal blast were felt up to 2,000 kilometers away. People at the time reported seeing a bright blue light, almost like a second sun, followed by a series of booms that were strong enough to knock folks off their feet and shatter windows hundreds of kilometers away. Fast forward to 1927, and enter Leonid Kulik, a Russian mineralogist who was the first to scientifically investigate the site. Kulik was expecting to find a meteorite crater, but was met instead with a sea of flattened trees, splayed out from a central point, like the spokes of a wheel with not a crater in sight. The most accepted theory: a small asteroid or comet fragment burst through the atmosphere, exploding 5 to 10 kilometers above ground with the force of 10-15 megatons of TNT. But as with all good mysteries, there are other angles. Everything from a natural gas explosion from the Earth's belly to wilder notions like antimatter or even a mini black hole having a run-in with our planet. The aftermath of this explosion wasn't just a big patch of knocked-down trees, it had a significant environmental punch, boosting tree growth in the area and reportedly causing genetic mutations in plants and animals. Likely thanks to the extreme heat and shockwave, it even had a hand in global atmospheric changes, like the creation of night-shining clouds and a dip in atmospheric transparency across Europe and Asia. But here's where it gets even juicier. The Tunguska event has been a hotbed for conspiracy theories and wild speculation. From alien spacecraft crashes to top-secret weapon tests, the event's mysterious nature has sparked imaginations worldwide. Despite decades of research and countless theories, the Tunguska event remains one of the 20th century's most tantalizing unsolved mysteries. It's a real-life sci-fi story set in the remote Siberian wilderness that continues to intrigue and puzzle us to this day.
Siberia, 1969. A land shrouded in mystery, where the echoes of the past whisper through the vast wilderness. In the remote village of Rzhavchik, a team of miners toiled in the depths of the earth, unaware that their routine day was about to take an extraordinary turn. Deep beneath the surface, a discovery awaited them, a secret buried for millennia, a relic of a time beyond comprehension. A strange sound, a hollow echo in the solid rock, led them to an impossible find. A hidden chamber, sealed away from the world, concealing a treasure beyond their wildest dreams. But this was no ordinary treasure. This was a mystery that would challenge the very foundations of our understanding of history, of science, of humanity itself. A sarcophagus, crafted from pristine marble, lay embedded in the earth. Within its depths, a secret slept, a silent sentinel of an age lost to time. The miners, driven by curiosity and a sense of wonder, dared to open the ancient tomb, unleashing a mystery that would forever change their lives. What they found inside was beyond explanation. A young woman preserved in the embrace of time, her beauty untouched by the ages. Who was she? Where did she come from? And how did she come to rest in this forgotten corner of the world?
On a quiet September day in 1969, in the secluded Siberian village of Rzhavchik, miners descended into the earth as they did every day, unaware that they were about to unearth a mystery that would baffle scientists and ignite imaginations for decades to come. At a depth of 230 feet, amidst the relentless clanging of pickaxes against coal, a miner struck something unusual, a hollow sound that stood out against the solid resistance they were accustomed to. What could possibly lie hidden so deep beneath the Earth's surface? Intrigued, the miners cleared away the debris, revealing a fissure in the wall that seemed to open into a hidden chamber. With a mix of trepidation and excitement, They broke through the wall, their lamps casting eerie shadows into the darkness beyond. Inside, they stood in awe before a sight that seemed plucked from legend. A massive marble sarcophagus, exquisitely designed, measuring about 8.5 feet long and 3 feet high. Who could have crafted such a monument, and why was it buried so deeply? The head of the mining district, Alexander Masiligin, was swiftly notified. Recognizing the potential significance of the find, he informed the authorities, setting in motion a chain of events that would lead to widespread speculation and secrecy. As the sarcophagus was carefully extracted from its ancient resting place, the miners' imaginations ran wild. Could it contain priceless treasures, or perhaps relics from a bygone era? Yet, a nagging thought lingered among them. Would the authorities seize their discovery without offering any explanations or rewards? Driven by curiosity and a sense of injustice, they decided to open the sarcophagus themselves. What they found inside defied all expectations and raised more questions than answers. Instead of gold or jewels, they discovered the remarkably preserved body of a young woman, appearing to be between 25 and 30 years old. Her long, wavy dark brown hair cascaded down to her waist, and she wore a white, translucent dress made of a material unknown to them. Immersed in a mysterious pink liquid, she looked as if she were merely asleep. Beside her head rested a small black metal box, unfamiliar in design. Could this box hold the key to her identity or purpose? The woman's skin was astonishingly smooth and pale, whiter than any they had ever seen, even more so than someone with albinism. Her lifelike appearance was mesmerizing. She seemed healthier and more vibrant than the miners themselves. Who was this mysterious woman, and how had her body remained so perfectly preserved? Word of the discovery spread rapidly, and villagers flocked to see the enigmatic Tisul princess, named after the district. Among the onlookers, a young man, perhaps emboldened by the crowd, dipped his finger into the pink liquid and tasted it. It was odorless and tasteless, but the consequences were dire. Within a week, his mental state deteriorated. He became disoriented, unable to recognize his own home, and tragically froze to death in the harsh Siberian winter. Was this a warning of the dangers lurking within the ancient sarcophagus? Soon, high-ranking officials, police, military personnel, and agents believed to be from the Secret Service arrived, sealing off the area. They warned of potential infectious hazards, but their actions suggested there was more at stake. Attempts to airlift the sarcophagus failed due to its weight. Deciding to drain the pink liquid into containers to lighten it, they witnessed something astonishing. As the liquid was removed, the woman's skin rapidly darkened, losing its lifelike appearance. Did the liquid possess extraordinary preservation properties? The sarcophagus and its contents were transported to a facility for scientific analysis. Weeks later, a professor visited Javchik to discuss the find. He revealed that standard dating methods were insufficient. The materials did not conform to known parameters. Advanced techniques suggested an age of approximately 800 million years, a figure that shattered existing understanding of human history and evolution. How could such an artifact exist from a time long before complex life was believed to have emerged on Earth? The implications were staggering. If accurate, this discovery challenged the very foundations of science, suggesting the existence of a civilization with advanced technology in Earth's distant past. Alternatively, could this be evidence of extraterrestrial visitors? The woman's unusually pale skin hinted at origins from a place with less sunlight. As news of the Tisul princess began to spread, authorities moved swiftly to suppress it. Newspapers were confiscated, and those who spoke out faced repercussions. The story faded from public view, silenced by the powers that be. It wasn't until years later, following political changes that loosened restrictions, that the tale resurfaced in local media. Yet the mystery only deepened. A memorial plaque now stands near Javchik, commemorating the discovery. It speaks of the beautiful young woman found in a marble sarcophagus, buried hundreds of millions of years ago. Eyewitnesses from the village have come forward, reaffirming the authenticity of the event. But with each new revelation, more questions arise. Speculation abounds. Some believe the Tisul princess was part of an ancient civilization lost to time, her preservation a testament to technologies we have yet to comprehend. Others suggest an extraterrestrial origin, her existence evidence of visitors from beyond our world. Without concrete evidence, the truth remains elusive.